Hello, testing. Yes, can we hear? Can you all hear me? Can you all see me? Good evening, friends. Welcome to Dear Madam Adam Live. Hi. Good evening. I'm very well, thank you. A lot has happened between this live and my last Dear Madam Adam. It is now Sunday, November 9th, 2025. So the last Dear Madam Adam we did was the 26th, right? Yeah. Crazy. So Spooky Empire came and went. Halloween was in that weekend. Very nice. We had a really good time. And sorry. Here we go. Yeah. Halloween day was a good time. Oh God, excuse me. Long readings today. Good reads, but just really long ones, like big readings. But anyway, Halloween was great. I had my Freddy Krueger get up and everything. That was a lot of fun. And then there were a few people dressed up, and I mean, not just Comic-Con dressed up, but like, you know, little kid trick or treat dressed up. So that was really fun. Passed out a lot of candy. And then the weekend, it was just me and my girl Chelsea and Taryn. So, and we had a really good time together. Dustin wasn't feeling good, so it was just the three of us. But we made the most of it, had a good time. I got a new tattoo. So that's always exciting and fun. I even won a raffle with that tattoo artist to get some free work done. So that was really cool too. A nice little cherry on the cake for the weekend. And now we are back on the grind. Yeah. What's the tattoo? I posted it on my I did a wrap up post of like a bunch of photos from after each day. So I think it was on my third day wrap up when I was like, oh, too bad it ended, blah, blah, blah. I think it's on that one because it was on my third day of being there that I got it done. So, but yeah, on Insta and Facebook. Yes. Yes. So now it's just kind of back onto the grind and, excuse me, God, back onto the grind and, here in Orlando, Halloween was a week ago. So we wash our hands of that season and embrace Christmas. So from Orlando, Florida, as it is right now, on what is it, November the 8th, 2025. Merry Christmas. That's right. Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party started yesterday, the 7th. So a week after Halloween, they started the Christmas festivities at Disney. And then they also do what's it called? It's Hollywood Studios. So it's Holly something Jollywood Nights. Yeah, that's what it is. Jollywood Nights at Hollywood Studios. That's the second Christmas party that we have down here as well. So those are in full swing right now at Disney. So, Merry Christmas. So always a good time living where space and time doesn't exist down here in Orlando. We live outside the continuum. And what else? Oh yeah, speaking of holidays, like since we're in full swing here in Orlando, we're in full holiday mode. Been Christmas since 11/1 until 1/1. Yes. Yep. Yeah, the moment that we got back from the last day of Spooky Empire, Dustin was like, "Let's watch a Christmas movie." And I was like, "We're not even done yet. We just wrapped up Halloween." And he's like, "I know, I want Christmas cheer." And I'm like, "Fine." So, he was more than ready for it, but speaking of the holidays, we just finished during Subscriber Live last night. We just finished 101 true scary stories. And this coming week, we are going to be starting Hark the Herald Angel Scream, which is an anthology horror book of stories that are holiday themed and apparently very scary. So if you would like to join us on Saturday nights to listen to some spooky stories and get some readings, make sure you subscribe onto my Instagram or become a super fan on TikTok. So yeah, ringing in the holiday season the way that I like to, with some holiday carnage. But we've already hit the ground running. We've already watched all 3 Santa Claus movies. I really like Home Alone. I like that. I think that's a lot of fun. We watched The Grinch. So, but I'm trying to push off a little bit some of the holiday horror that I like to watch. Closer to Christmas, are we going to do Odkins as always? I love the yearly reading of it. Yeah, I intend to. Yeah, closer to probably around Thanksgiving, we're probably going to get started with that. And I just have to pick a night of the week that I want to do it. And it takes about 5-6 hours to read. So anywhere between like 5 or 6 1-hour reading sessions, you know? So we'll see. But yes, I do want to do my annual Odkins reading. So I just don't know what platform I want to do it on, and you know, I'm not sure how I want to do it yet. So there's that. Yes. So yeah, are you guys ready for the holidays, or where are you at with it? Because initially I was like, ew, like nothing feels very holly jolly to me. Nothing feels real festive. Festive who? Festive where? Where is she? And then I thought about it a little bit and we started watching some Christmas movies and I was like, no, it's a really fucked up time to be alive right now. And I could use a little Christmas beauty. I dislike the holiday season. Yeah, I don't blame you. I'm never ready for the holidays, and it's only me and my grandson. Sorry, only shop for him for Christmas. That's fair. Can I do one holiday first, please? Yeah, honestly. Honestly, for real. I mean, it is like I don't do holidays anymore. Yeah, right. Like I don't really think that. I mean, Dustin and I don't really have a conventional take on holidays anyway. You know, part of that is shaped by the fact that we're Orlando locals. Like, you know, the fact that we live 10 minutes from any Disney parking lot, you know? So it's a lot of things are open 24/7, 365. Like a lot of things are like that. So if we're stumped and we're like, what should we do for the holidays? Like we could always bounce around a theme park, you know? Don't do holidays anymore. Not cooking Thanksgiving dinner. I'm buying a rotisserie chicken with a few sides and calling it a day. I mean, that's kind of where I'm at. We've talked about making something food wise, but I don't know. My son's birthday is at the beginning of December. I try to focus on that. Yeah, that's a good distraction. That's a good one. Please remember. Yes, Danny, food pantries. Yes, please. I got to figure out charity for when we read Odkins. I want to make sure that we're donating to a good cause. Holidays get me in a sour mood due to not having my grandmother, who is the glue of the family. I only do it for my two boys. Yeah. See, loss is hard with the sentimental holidays. Yeah. Hi, welcome. Oh, what's my favorite ride at Disney World? See, that's hard. I really like Star Tours. at Hollywood Studios. That one's my favorite of any park anywhere. It's the only ride. It's a simulator ride, and it's like bounces you around and everything, but it is Star Wars themed. That's really fun. And it's different every time you ride it. So I don't know any other ride like that. That's literally different every time you ride it. So that one tends to be my fave, what I lean toward. The greediness of people really comes out at this time of year. It does, and that is an unfortunate truth. I'm not going to disagree with that, but in some people, it is also a really good opportunity to do the kind thing that they do every year, even though it might not be much. Maybe they've got like a small thing that they try to do annually, and this is when they feel they can do that thing, you know? So, but there's something weird about this year, and I really don't feel very holly jolly at all. But every damn Christmas movie that we watch, I get a fucking lump in my throat, and I'm like, God damn, like I feel like we kind of need, when times are tough and shit is really hard and we're kind of going through it, and especially as like a community, as like a collective, when we're going through it, we kind of need it, more than ever. The idea of like, it's going to sound sappy, but the idea of like togetherness and kindness and charity and generosity and, the real reasons for things. So, but yeah, no, I'm more excited for my Gremlins and my Black Christmas and Krampus and, the good old Christmas carnage that I like every year. So again, on Saturdays, we're going to be reading Hark the Herald Angels Scream, a super fun horror anthology book of spooky stories that have a holiday theme. So feel free to subscribe on Instagram, or you can become a super fan on TikTok and look for that. All right. Let's see. Here we go. This one is from Elena B. It just says, "Hello, Madam. I'm requesting a free reading. I am one sassy mommy 27 on Instagram. Thank you for your consideration." Well, here it is. It's happening now, my friend. Sassy mommy. Come on. All right. Let's see. Elena B. Well, Hmm. The gist of this is that if you feel so strongly about it, you should do something about it. Whatever it is that's bothering you or troubling you, or whatever you might be kind of keeping down or trying to push down or avoid at this time. So Page of Cups energy for you, or anyone that resonates with this. It's a really good time to trust your intuition, Elena. And although some of us might have a hard time with this, it's a good time to embrace teamwork and collaboration as well. 3 of Pentacles. So you don't have to do everything alone. And 3s come from the Empress. So it shows how much you care. It shows how it shows that you value yourself enough to know when to put things down, to know when to say no, when you might be, tired of doing more than your share, you know? So embracing collaboration and teamwork because you love you enough to spread the load a bit. So, and doing this is a practical thing. If you want some emotional fulfillment, we have to have the logical mindset. We have to do things practically in order to make that happen. You get what I'm saying, chat? You feel me? Very good. All right. Okay, this one is from Yessie. Yessie writes, "Hi, Madam Adam. I ended a relationship about a month ago because I knew things weren't right, but I'm the one who can't move on. All the advice out there is for the person who gets dumped, not the one who walked away but still feels heartbroken. My mind says I made the right choice, but my heart feels like I made the wrong one. Any guidance or insight on how to handle that or what might be in store would really help. Thank you for what you do, Yessie." Girl. How true is that, though? That all the advice is always for the person that got dumped, or like, so and so's coming back to you, right? Like, they always kind of feed the delusion a little bit, And it's so much more complex than that, right? Like, I mean, am I wrong? Like, it's just so much deeper than that. It's so much more than, oh, just move on. Oh, just get over it. You know what I'm saying? It's so much more than that. So, yeah, no, I definitely understand where you're coming from, Yessie. All the advice out there is for the person who gets dumped, not for the one who walked away but still feels heartbroken. My mind says I made the right choice, but my heart feels like I made the wrong one. Well, your heart is dumb. That's the thing. Our hearts are not very smart. And that's why it's not your head. That's why it's not your mind. It's two separate things. But the heart is, you can still love somebody and know in your mind, and you're in a very honest way, that you and this person just can't be together. It just might take your heart a minute to catch up to that. But you've done the hard part, right? You've done the hard thing. Excuse me. Anywho. Thank you. Thank you, friends. Let's see what I've got for you. All right. Yesy, darling. Well, couple of things with this. One, you got Knight of Cups energy. So it is, well, I mean, it's a slow and steady emotional journey that we're on right now. It's not something that happens overnight. It's not going to be an immediate fix or an immediate thing. I mean, kudos for you to know that you're not going to allow yourself to keep up this hurt, to keep getting hurt over and over and over again. You know? So it's a slow and steady emotional journey that you're on to healing. Now is the time that you rationalize this by creating a more even exchange of energy. 6 of Pentacles. You got to make sure that you are just as generous with you as you are with other people. You know? So you have a lot going for you. And you've got this 10 of Pentacles here. So basically the sign of a tangible signs of abundance, and that things are okay. Things are going to work out for you because you're willing to do the work, and you have reaped a lot of benefits of things for you. And clearly ending this relationship was just a part of pruning the bad shit off the tree, you know, making way for better things to grow on the tree of life that you've got here. So you're allowed your emotional truths, you know. We're allowed to feel a little heartbroken. We're allowed to feel a little down about it, and it's going to be a process, you know. But that doesn't mean that you fucked up. Doesn't mean you did anything wrong. It's you deserve to be chosen in ways that you want and deserve to be. It's you deserve for an even exchange of energy. So that's what you should focus on now, is making sure that you love yourself the way you want other people to love you as well. That you are being just as generous with you as you are with others. Yeah. And honestly, in a nutshell, like these 3 cards together, bitch, you're too busy. You're too busy for this shit. You know? Give that some thought. You got shit to do, girl. You got abundance coming your way. All right. Maven Brenda has written in as well. Says, "Dear Madam Adam, I want to shake up my spiritual journey and make it more appealing to work on. This is a 2-part question. Does your mindful minutes idea work with setting additional alarms to focus on spiritual practice And what can I ask the cards to show me what area to focus? I would like to have a collective reading if picked as I pay it forward to the Mavens community. Of course, we can do a collective. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, you can use those mindful minutes for whatever you'd like, you know? I mean, you can set the alarms to, you could make your tarot card of the day your phone background, and you could set multiple alarms throughout your day to go back to the card and see if maybe the meaning of it has shifted for you in the past few hours, you know? So yeah, I don't see why not. Yeah, I mean, the point of a mindful minute is to set aside 60 seconds to recenter yourself, you know? So if you're going to use that for whatever, absolutely. And what can I ask the cards to show me what area to focus? That's a great question as well. So what could you ask the cards? You could ask, um, I mean, you literally could ask just that, you know, like what what area of my life should I focus on today, or do I need to focus on today? Um how can I achieve my highest good today? Um what is a lesson that I can learn today for my highest good, you know? Something like that. All right, a collective, courtesy of Brenda. All right, well, we got the Lovers, Judgment, and the Queen of Wands. So the idea of choice, that we always have a choice, that we separate the facts from the feelings, and oh my God, the yawns today. That we understand that even when things feel uncontrollable or when we feel backed into a corner, that we still always have a choice. We get to choose how we handle it. We get to choose what we do with what we've got, you know? So judgment as well. Separate the facts from the feelings. Be honest. Let's make good judgment calls. Focus on what's true at this point. And don't be afraid to make those moves in silence, to make your choices for you quietly. Your judgments are your own, you know? Gotta know that we're protected. We are being looked after, but we just have to quit seeking permission outside ourselves and trust that even when we take a risk, we'll be guided along the way, you know? So thank you, Brenda, for writing in. All right. This one is from Kira G. Says, help me, Madam, you're my only hope. Oh my God, stop. Not the Star Wars. Dearest Madam Adam, huge fan, love your work. Thank you. I have a dilemma that I was hoping to get your insight on, or perhaps you could pull a card for me, please, and see what the tarot says. I currently feel stuck in my job for many reasons. It no longer fits, and I need to go somewhere I feel valued and inspired. I've been applying for new jobs for months, had some interviews and some good feedback, but sadly, no offers. I keep getting my hopes up with each role I apply for, but take it quite personally when it doesn't pan out. I'm starting to get a bit jaded about the process and thinking that it's just not my time. What should I do? Double down and work at it even harder, take a break and try again in the new year, or just be patient and wait for the right opportunity? Please, I'm begging for some divine guidance. FYI, sadly, I can't join the YouTube live as I will be working, but I will absolutely tune in to watch the recording after work. Well, all right, Kira. I hope you watch this after the fact. Thank you for writing in. I'm sorry you hate your job, girl. I have been you. Yup. I have been you, and I did everything I could do just to get out of there and find something, even if it's not my dream job or something, it's just something to get me the fuck out of there, and then you can focus on figuring out what exactly you want to do or where you want to be or whatever. But we're going to pull some cards for sure. But you are not alone in that boat, my friend. I know quite a few people that feel very similarly to what's happening with you. So let's see. Oh, and let's not forget what I've been harping about all fucking summer and fall now, about this year being a 9 and next year being a 10, right? So 2025 is a 9. It's a hermit year. So this whole year has been about us figuring out our path through the darkness, trying to figure out who we are and what we want to be and how we sit with the things that are happening with us right now. Next year is a 10. So it's the Wheel of Fortune, and it's also the Magician. So if we can take the wisdom that we gained on our hermit journey and apply it next year to the wheel, no matter what happens, what goes on, spin the wheel. Things will be better. Right? So, yes, then we can buy a vowel, okay? And spin the wheel. So, And also the year of the magician. So it's a great year to be creative. It's going to be a great year for artists and authors and songwriters. It's going to be a great year to kind of pivot in a creative way. So if you want to take the rest of the year to kind of tough it out and like regroup and think about a better avenue or a better method, that's kind of makes sense. You know, we're in the Scorpio season of the year right now, the season of death, ushering in the end of the year. So we are going to, you know, it's kind of appropriate for you to take the rest of the year and grieve where you're at and where you want to go, really wrap your head around it, and then lean into things in the new year if you can, you know. Well, let's see what I've got for you, Kira. Yeah. It's fun. I mean, it might seem counterintuitive, but you're kind of to celebrate this transition before it even happens. You know? So you've got the Three of Cups here, the Empress, and the Two of Swords. So with the Two of Swords, the idea is that we should do the logical thing, take logical steps, and do something about these big feelings that you have. If you hate your job so much and you feel stuck in it, get out of there. Like do something do whatever you need to do to get out of there because you deserve it. You know, Empress energy, because you deserve it. And it's going to bring you better peace of mind. You'll sleep better. You'll feel better about yourself. And the Empress is divine mother, divine feminine, mother nature. So it's time to show people the way you want to be treated, by how you want to treat yourself. And this Three of Cups is like, hey, celebrate the decision itself. You know, we don't have to celebrate the outcome right now, but celebrate the decision to leave. You know, celebrate it before it even happens. But even if you want to wait a little bit, that Three of Cups does suggest that this is something that you will raise a glass to, you know? So even if you wait a little bit, you're still going to be celebrating this. This is a good idea. It's a good move for you to go somewhere else. Yeah, we might just have to cut some toxic mindset. You know, we might want to make sure you don't get like an I can't kind of attitude. So maybe we need a little break. So I say take a break and try again in the new year. Reset and come back to it with fresh perspective. And really wrap your head around this happening. You know, it is. Whether you want it to or not, whether they want it to or not, it is. So let me know what you think after you watch. All right. Got about 15 more minutes. All right. I've got Saint. Really could use your insight. 222. Dear Madam, first let me begin by saying thank you so much for everything you do. Your videos have given me inspiration, guidance, and words of comfort in some very strange and dark times. Thank you. To the point where you inspired me to really settle in and begin focusing on my talents and honing my craft as well. As a karmic witch, I have been growing and transforming my life in a positive way. However, without detail to potentially skew your intuition, should I be chosen for a reading? I really need help, please. Yes, with you in spirit, saint. Okay. All right. We've been growing and transforming life in a positive way. All right. But we're having some snag somewhere. Okay. Well, let's see what I've got. Oh. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. Come on, Tower. Major Arcana. Good Lord. All right. So, things are only going to be as bad as you allow them to be, it seems. You have the Star and the Tower, but they're out of order from each other. Normally, it's the Tower, then the Star, but you've got the Star, then the Tower. So maybe it's because, I mean, it's not a linear thing for everybody in order numerically, but maybe the reminder here is that after the big epiphany, after the big lifestyle shift, after the big decision is made, there's still hope, you know, for things to turn around, for things to be as good as we would like them to be. Hope is not lost, you know? So the Lovers is here. So this has to do with the way you make your choices, the way you choose people in your life as well, the unions that you engage in. But the reminder again that you always have a choice, and the choice between what is wise and what is passionate for you. So the choice to be vulnerable and what that does for you, you're gonna have to hurt somebody. Somebody's gonna get hurt no matter what we do. Unavoidable. Unavoidable. It seems that what you need to do is something that is going to be damaging, you know, to somebody else or to yourself in some way, but there's no going around it, you know. It's one of these right things that kind of gets people hurt in the process, you know. So, give that some thought. You always have a choice. Vulnerability to express how you feel and to create change in the best direction and have hope in that. But something's got to give, something's got to change. It's got to. you know, and have hope that we can rebuild with honesty. All right, I believe we have a text message. Okay, yeah, we're not doing this. I got one really long text about some ex-boyfriend shit. Yeah, I'm not touching that. That person is going to get blocked because I'm not doing this. Anyway, let's see. Come on. There we go. Dear Madam Adam, do a general 3-month collective reading as we close out the year and start 2026. As we are almost in the middle of November, could we start with December? Many blessings. Your pain in the ass, Danny. Yes, of course. Of course. All right, let's talk about December, January, and February. All right. All right. Well, I hope this is true. It looks like December has Page of Pentacles energy. So December is about, it's a little cliche, but it's kind of about looking at how far we've come, where we're going, allowing the hard, seeing that the hard work has paid off in some way. We made it to the end of the year, and we should begin to see the fruits of our labor. You know, we should really see the things that a year of stress and struggle and hard work and elbow grease and all of that, like what that did for you and what you learned, you know? So seeing where we're at and what opportunities for that there might be for the future for us based on the work that's been done, you know? January is about receiving those opportunities, and it's Queen of Swords energy, embracing change and newness, being willing to hear all the options, you know, being willing to hear all the options and be practical about them and reasonable. February is really nice though, because it's giving it's 9 of Pentacles energy. So it is giving like luxury and lavish energy, and it's kind of like, I mean, I hate to say it, but it is kind of giving like Valentine's Day in like the real meaning of the word love, of it being like a month of self-love and self-devotion, and like, no, I'm happy with my life, even though the world is ending and things are burning and things could be better. I'm happy with me and my life and the things that make my life what it is. We're all struggling, we're all going through something in some way, but I'm here and I'm making it work and I'm happy. That's the vibe of February. So it's a little bit of self-appreciation with that as well. So I like it. I hope that's true. All right. I've got time for an email or two. Let's see what I've got. Let's see. Let me go back. Let me see what else. What's not too long. Amy looking for a general read. Yeah, Amy, absolutely. Let's do that. The other ones are a little long for the time frame. So, Amy, we'll maybe get into the other ones next week. Okay? Thank you to those of you that wrote in. I really appreciate you. All right, last one. I appreciate you. Thank you, guys. All right. Well, Ames, it looks like you know what to do. You know what makes sense. You've already wrapped your head around it. You know how you feel, and you're ready to do something about those feelings. It's like you know what needs to be done. But the thing we're missing is drive. We're missing drive, determination, passion, maybe a little courage, So if you know what needs to happen, if you feel so strongly about it, it only makes logical sense to do something about it and to make it happen, right? And then King of Swords energy, leave the feelings out of it, focus on the facts. You don't need to change anything. You need to take actions, So Knight of Wands energy, my friend, put your foot on the gas, full steam ahead. Keep it going, make it happen. Trust and believe, and you will achieve. Justice, it's between you and karma at this point. Do what's justifiable for you. Do what's fair for you. Hold up your end of your karmic bargain. Don't let the opportunities just pass you by. So I hope that's something. Yeah, right? Focus on the facts. All right, my friends. Well, that's all the time I've got for you today. Thank you for spending time with me as always. It's been a pleasure. Don't forget, tomorrow, Monday night, is our marathon 3-hour live, 9 p.m. Eastern on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, unless YouTube is being funky, and then it'll be Facebook. But hopefully I'll see you guys then for 10 minutes of madness. zodiacs and personal reads for the week ahead. Classes are available for sign up on the website as well. Right now, they make a lovely holiday gift for yourself or for someone that you know. And cameos are just $13. Private sessions are on the website. Merch, everything you need is at dearmadamadam.com. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been a pleasure. I hope you have a great evening. Thank you for flying Star Tours. Bye-bye.